Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to a live video presenting the battle rating changes that are now live in War Thunder. Starting off with ground vehicles, I will read out the RB changes because that's what I'm invested in, and you can see for yourselves the arcade changes that sometimes follow RB and sometimes don't, as there is a slightly different meta in arcade. First off, the Chinese, Type 69 and Type 59, nice, going up from 7.7 to 8.0. The German Kugelblitz, the Kugelblitz going down once again to 6.7 from 7.0, which makes sense as there's no longer a regular Tech Tree 6.7 SPAA available to Germany for new players of the game. Cent Mark 10 going up to 7.3 in realistic as predicted, along with the Vickers MBT. They should be fine as the meta is not all that different at that battle rating, and they fit the meta quite nicely. The M48A2C, the M48A1, both going down from 7.7 to 7.3, making 7.3 a much more competitive and viable BR, as it has been for the Soviets for a while, with the very powerful IS-6 being at 7.3, along with some decent 7.0 support. The CM11, only changing in arcade, so I don't really care. The M3A3 Stuart is going to have a little bit tougher opponents for dinner time, but you can still see what he can do. Going up from a 2.0 to a 2.3, it should be just fine. It is part of a fantastic lineup for US at 2.3, so it should be just fine. As you'll see, the high velocity 37 anti-tank cannon and the stubby 75 at that BR and beyond. So you should, the gun works just fine. The mobility and the gun handling are fantastic on the M3A3. It'll be just fine. M4A1 75 wet, thanks for asking, going up from 3.7 to 4.0, making the 4.0 meta a little bit more robust for the Americans. And again, the Sherman is just fine at 4.0 in most of its variants, and the M4A1 with its wet ammo rack, again, will not have issues for people that are already not having issues at 3.7. The Automagic going up again from 9.3 to 9.7. And honestly, it could be at just about any battle rating and do just fine in its intended role of being a self-propelled anti-aircraft platform. And it still should have plenty of opportunity to play Cannon Breach and Side Shot Thunder with top-tier tanks. Il Falcone, the Falcon British SPAA, with no radar guidance, going down from 7.7 to 7.3. Again, just giving a little bit more options to the British in terms of SPAA, something that they desperately need. So a nice bit of decompression there. BMP-2 going up from 8.0 to 8.3. It has a very powerful armament, and that makes entire sense. The M113A1 TOW for the Italians, and I believe the Chinese as well, going down from 8.3 to 8.0, and we're going to try and speed through these pretty quickly. In general, these are all very reasonable BR decompression changes. The IT-1 ATGM carrier going down from 8.7 to 8.3. Thank you, baby. I see that. Very pretty. The Raketen Jagdpanzer 2 going down from 8.3 to 7.7, a significant change and a necessary one. The hot version of the same platform going down from 9.3 to 9.0, where it should do very well. The Swing Fire going down similarly from 8.3 to 7.7. Not the best ATGM carrier, but 7.7 is a much more comfortable battle rating. M901, the American ATGM carrier, going down from 8.3 to 8.0, and honestly, it could stand to even go down more, but it should be, again, a bit more comfortable at 8.0. The OF40 MTCA for the Italians, going up from 8.7 to 9.0, representing its improved performance over the regular tech tree variant. Nice to see that premium bias being whittled away just a little bit. T80U goes up by 0.3, ADATS goes up by 0.3, as does Leclerc, Ariete, PSO, Leopard 2A5, Ariete, M1A1 Abrams, and Charlie 2, making all of the top tier MBTs 10.3. Again, bless the snail, for he hath gifted us with decompression. It's not the end of what we'd like to see, but it is a fantastic beginning. That does it for RB changes to ground forces, and now we'll move on to aviation, which is a bigger area. There's a lot of simulation battles, simulator battle rating changes to aircraft, but again, I'm going to cover realistic because that's what I'm invested in. You can see the numbers for arcade and sim here yourselves. CW21, which, unless I've missed an update, has not received a realistic flight model. In case you're wondering, the Chinese CW21 rank 1 monoplane can climb at a climb angle of around 60 degrees at 83 miles per hour until you get into space. It is broken. And it is now going up from 1.7 to 2.0 instead of getting a fixed flight model. It's annoying to face it, but it does have enough weaknesses in terms of armament and maneuverability that at 2.0 it is still broken, and when it receives a reasonable flight model, it will not be nearly so competitive, and it's a bit less annoying now at 2.0. Let's go a bit faster here. B-18A Bomber going down from 1.7 to 1.3, as does the B-10B. These should be quite competitive now. The Martin 139WZ going down in the same way. The P-66. What's a P-66? Anyway, it's going down from 2.0 to 2. It's going up from 2.0 to 2.3. Is that another Chinese aircraft? The Buffalo F2A1, F2A1T, both going up in sim. Heinkel 112A0 going down from 1.7 to 1.3. That is, the He-112 is very capable in both turning and vertical maneuvers for a monoplane. It has great energy retention. Excuse me. Great energy retention for its battle rating, and other He-112s sit at, I think, a 2.3. So this version at a 1.3 should be quite interesting, and I think that's the one. Let me check real quick in War Thunder here. I think that's the one that has the... There's the V5. Yes. It has a single 20mm cannon in the nose with 100 rounds of ammunition. Very deadly in the right hands. And now it's a 1.3 battle rating with 10.3 meters per second of climb in some halfway upgraded condition. This could be a very, very deadly fighter. I expect this to deal some serious damage at 1.3, albeit against biplanes that can outturn it. But at such a low battle rating, being able to play the energy game should be very exciting, especially with the punchy character of that nose-mounted 20mm. Should be a lot of fun for an experienced player. MB152C1, P40C going down from 2.7 to 2.3. It makes a lot of sense. There's other P40s at 2.3 that are competitive. There is the early Corsair at 2.3 that is deadly. And I can see the P40C fitting into that meta just fine. The H81A2 going down as well in the same way. I301, C205, Yak 9K getting changes in arcade. P51K going up from 4.7 to 5.0. It is a powerful aircraft, and that again makes sense. I'd say it's more competitive in an air-to-air sense than the P47 at a similar battle rating, although the P47 is fantastic at ground strike. So it's a nice thing to choose between those two aircraft in the American tree, as you do. The Me-264 high altitude bomber going up from 4.0 to 4.3, and it could stand to go up even further. It has statistics very similar to bombers that sit at around 5.0, and we'll get into those in a moment. The Key 49-2B/L going down by 0.3. The Key 67 Co going down from 4.7 to 4.3. The Key 67 Otsu going down from 5.0 to 4.7. And the I-185M71 going down from 5.0 to 4.7. The Reggiani 2005 going up by 0.3 battle rating should be just fine with its versatility. The early B-17 and the Japanese captured B-17 both going down by 0.3 to a 5.0 battle rating in realistic. That should help them a bit. They tend to face interceptors and even fighters that can take them down with no problem, as the higher 5.0, even from 4 to 5.0 to 6.0 battle rating, sees a lot of heavy cannons and heavy firepower that can take them down easily. So they won't be safe, but at least they'll have a little bit more ability to excel than they had before, and that's nice to see. Similar, the mid B-17s and the PB-4Ys of all colors going down from 5.7 to 5.3, the Sterling B Mark I going down to 4.7, the Sterling B Mark III going down to 5.0, the Lancaster B Mark I going down to 5.3, and the Mark III of the same aircraft going down to 5.3 as well. The B-17 Victory Edition, late model B-17, down from 6.0 to 5.7, and I'm not saying it'll be a useful addition to your 5.7 American lineup, but it is a little more reasonable than having it sit at 6.0, which is a very, very powerful battle rating for, as I mentioned, interceptors and fighters. The Martin Baker 5, one of the least popular premium British aircraft, going down from 5.3 to 5.0, where it should be much more competitive. A2D1 goes up in arcade. F-89B, this is the Cannon variant of the very powerful F-89 American Jet Interceptor, going up from 7.3 to 7.7, where it should have been in the first place. I looked at the stats of the aircraft, I flew it, I played it in battles. It feels like a 7.7 aircraft, if not more. The F-89D not going up, so it should remain at a 7.3. Let me check on that real quick, as I do have a certain investment in both of those aircraft. Apologies for the coughing. Yep, F-89D stays at 7.3, and if you look at the rate of climb on these aircraft, that gives you a feel for their acceleration as well. The F-89B having much higher acceleration in the game and climb rate than the F-89D, which alone would be enough to explain their difference in battle rating with regard to the jet meta, as these are not the most maneuverable aircraft, especially after several updates to their flight model. This is something that I'm very familiar with, and the armament on the F-89D is much, much more difficult to use in its intended role, and the meta role in War Thunder, which is to take down enemy jet fighters at that battle rating, which is the majority of what you'll see. In an interceptor against heavy bombers role, as was their intended role, or in a ground strike role, which is by far the most entertaining, they should perform just fine at the battle ratings they have now. And maybe we'll see something other than F-89Bs in the 7-7 matchmaker for jets. H-34 goes up from 8.0 to 8.3 in realistic, and there have been other changes for different aircraft, but not in realistic, so we'll skip over those. But we are seeing some decompression there in arcade and sim as well. The UH-1B, piece of junk American Huey helicopter, finally going down from 9.0 to 8.7, and it could stand to go even further as the ATGMs that it has access to are very limited range, speed, and usability. However, that lower battle rating will go a long way with some other changes that we're going to see. The Alouette 2 going down as well in the same way, as does the German Alouette 2 at 8.7 with 8 we'll call them early ATGMs with regard to what it can face. It should be a lot more useful than what it has been before, especially, again, when we see what happens to higher tier helicopters. Now, I look forward to the day where these battle ratings matter in the helicopter enduring confrontation battles, and I have not seen an indication that that's the case yet. But these will make a huge difference in RB tank battles, and hopefully the positive feedback that comes from this will encourage Gaijin to apply a battle rating limit to enduring confrontation helicopter battles, something that, again, I believe is very necessary. The Mi-4AV goes down from 9.0 to 8.3. The Magic School Bus just cannot compete with even helicopters at the beginning of other nations' tech trees, as it has no advantages whatsoever against them and very limited armament. 8.3 is a very reasonable battle rating for that helicopter. The Scout Attack Helicopter Mark 1 going down to 8.7, the Wasp as well. The French H-34, a fairly useless helicopter, again, a lot like the Magic School Bus. Not a ton of maneuverability, not the best engine, survivability, versatility, armament, or anti-aircraft / anti-helicopter capability, almost none. Makes it very comfortable at 8.3 battle rating in realistic battles. Also, there's some changes to arcade that will very much matter in helicopter enduring confrontation battles, and those are worth looking into yourselves. They more or less follow the realistic battle changes, so I won't mention them here, just for time constraints. Another reason that I'm doing this live, by the way, I don't have a lot of time to make videos, even though I make a lot of videos. There's a bunch of dishes in the kitchen that need washing. Alright, let's move on. The FJ4B jet goes down from 9.0 to 8.7, in keeping with changes we're going to see for that entire echelon of jets, followed by the FJ4B VMF-232, which is just a slightly different version, able to carry manually guided missile bombs. I know there's a better word for it. I don't care. AGMs, air-to-ground missiles, goes down to 8.7. G91R3 and R1 and R4 all going down to 8.7. The F-86 F-35 going down, in arcade. The F-86A5 going down from 9.0 to 8.7 in realistic. The Shenyang F5, the Chinese F5, going down to going up to 9.3. Very reasonable. That is, I think, the Chinese MiG-19, which is extremely powerful right now because it has, again, a broken flight model. Air resistance is a thing, Gaijin. Please implement before live servers. The SA-316B Alouette 3 helicopter going down from 9.3 to 9.0, along with, again, that entire echelon of helicopters, with the Mi-24A also going down in the same way, the Mi-24D going down to 9.3, the UH-1C XM-30, which has been a turd of a premium, with the power explosion in the next generation of premium helicopters, is now going down from 9.7 to 9.3, which should make it much more competitive in ground battles, especially considering it has a much lower chance to encounter top-tier SPAA. The F-100D going up to 10.0, as does the Hunter F-6. The Eurocopter Tigers, both of them going up. The twins, it's all of the helicopters from Helicopter Dating Sim. Don't ask me how I know this. Ask Ash, or was it Mags? I can't remember. Anyway, let's get both of them to play that game. But the Eurocopter Tigers, both the premium and the, what is it, the French? That's not the, I can't remember. Both variants of the Eurocopter Tiger going up to 10.3. Again, say it with me, along with that entire echelon of helicopters. The F-4C Phantom II also going up to 10.3. The Mitsubishi T2 likewise. The MiG-19 PT, the MiG-19S, the J6A, the J7 II, the MiG-21 F-13, all going up to 10.3. And that does it for aviation. There's one more, and that is the naval vehicles, with the PR-191M going up from 2.3 to 2.7 in arcade. Alrighty, is that everything? let me just bring up my live stream real quick. Sorry about this. I don't know a better way to do it, and I do apologize, but let me take this opportunity to invite you all to connect with me on the Discord. That is the best place to reach me. And I just want to check if I've done... Yeah, I did do the ground forces changes. Okay, so TLDW, let's see, F5 is the MiG-17 variant, says Tailpipe. Thank you for letting me know that. And F82, oh, we'll have to see. Well, won't we? Brando, nice to see you. And Disc Pixel, nice to hear from you as well. Thanks for tuning into this live stream. That just about does it for this one. There is a lot to cover, and we'll just have to shake it out as we go in the game of War Thunder. I'm sure I made some mistakes, and there's also some economy changes, but I don't really feel like that's worth making a video on, at least for me. I'm sure the European Canadian will have something on it, probably Mike Goes Boom and Tiger Frost, and any one of the number of much more available YouTubers. I hate to put it that way, but as a form of wrapping this up, for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Feel free to join the Discord. There should be a link for you in the description of this video. And as an explanation for me, I have 2 daughters, and I'm very busy. Hey, baby, I saw that you fell down. We should, yeah. Yeah, diaper fall down. Okay, I'll help you right now. Okay, guys, I gotta go, and this is why I can't spend more time on videos. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Guppy, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, good job. I love you, Guppy. Let's go do a diaper.